1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Infatuasian podcast. We are on location at the On Waverly Studios upstairs. What do you think of the room so far?
It's very cozy.
Right, we're in the green room
The green
today.
rooms.
Avocado green room.
My favorite color.
Actually, I've never recorded in this particular room, so this is a first.
It's very comfy.
It's very comfy, right? And we are with Cassandra Lam of Mama Lam's. What's the full title? Mama Lam's.
Mama Lam's is the full
the whole. I thought there was more, but it's Malaysian sauces.
Yes. Yeah, we play around with a few different taglines every so often. Malaysian flavors made in New York City, Malaysian pantry,
Yeah.
trying to still figure that out, but Mama Lam's.
Mama Lam's. All right. And actually, the audience might have heard Ken. Ken is here too. Hey, Ken.
Hi. How's it going?
Ken was at our March Madness event a couple weeks ago. We're now at the end of March. We'll talk more about your products in a second. But first, let's talk about you. So sometimes we say mom and pop shop, but this is a mom and daughter operation and son-in-law operation. Born where?
I was born in Queens, New York. My mom was born in Malaysia, outside of Kuala Lumpur in Uluyam, a small little village there. She's one of 10.
Oh, wow.
She and her sister are the only two that ended up moving to New York.
Okay.
So my mom and my dad, and then ended up staying in New York.
Okay. So, but then I think we just talked about your dad's from Hong Kong?
Yes, my dad's from Hong Kong. That's why Lam is Mama Lam's, because Lam is more of a Hong Kong last name.
Okay.
Whereas if it was Malaysian, it'd be Mama Lim's.
Okay.
The Chinese character is Lam, like the two wood sign characters. But yeah. So.
Yeah.
And you know how it just translates differently.
Yeah. Like I'm a Chin. Like my last name is Chin, which is Chuan, Chen.
Okay. Oh,
all those Chan.
It just depends on where you grew, where your ancestors are from, and what they spoke dialect wise.
Actually, I think in Malaysia I'd be a Tan, Tan.
Yes, you would be.
Yeah. Okay.
My grandma. I mean, my mom's maiden name is Tan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's written like Chun.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. It's
exactly.
It's interesting like that.
Very interesting.
What part of China would your mom's roots be?
Yes. So my grandpa is the one that they know came from China. My grandma, her history is a little mixed. Okay. So she could be fully Malaysian. They don't really know where her, it could be half Chinese too. But my grandpa, they can trace because he came right before he got married and had kids. So that was southern China, Fuzhou area.
Oh, okay.
So my mom's family, their other dialect they speak at home is Hokkien.
Hokkien, okay.
Hokkien, yeah.
Yeah, which is common in Malaysia, right? A lot of Hokkien.
Yeah, a lot of Hokkien people.
Yeah.
They speak that.
Okay. So at home, what do your parents speak English to each other?
So actually, they speak Cantonese.
Oh, okay.
So my mom can speak Cantonese, Mandarin, Hokkien. She knows English as well. It's not her first language, so it's not perfect. But my dad is from Hong Kong, so he speaks Canto. And then he came to America when he was 11. So and he assimilated very quickly. So if you speak to him, you wouldn't have known that he immigrated here.
Okay.
He's very his English is more Americanized.
Yeah, he's like that 1.5 generation. Yeah.
That never that didn't have to worry about accents and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So you got to take a 23andMe or something to figure out. You might have some Southeast Asian, maybe.
I probably, what's funny? Ken got me a ancestry. Whatever it's called, the ancestry thing, and then I took it, and when I first took it, it just says 100% Chinese. I'm like, well, that's not
boring. Yeah.
But I do hear that 23andMe is more has more data from the Asian community. So maybe it will.
Yeah. I did Ancestry as
Oh,
well.
nice. Well,
But
how'd you?
I can't, yeah, I thought it was going to be really boring because as far as I know, I'm
Yeah.
Chinese. But came out with a little percentage of Vietnamese genes,
Oh.
but that just means that, it doesn't mean I had an ancestor in Vietnam, but somewhere along the line,
Like it was like
some genes got mixed up in there.
it's very possible.
But yeah, the numbers probably from the smaller places, like Laos or Burma, they're probably, the numbers are very small of
Yeah.
actual.
But like,
So China is
yeah.
probably the most.
the biggest one.
So you have the greatest chance of getting hit with the
Yeah,
Chinese gene.
exactly.
All right. So grew up in New York.
Yeah.
So that's very, very diverse.
Yeah. I mean, very diverse. Lots of food. Definitely raised with like my dad being from Hong Kong, the food scene there, and then my mom with the Malaysian. But then like they just like food too, so we eat a lot
Right.
of different food.
It's like me here. Like growing up here, I guess I was exposed mostly to Cantonese style Chinese food, but it wasn't like I knew the difference really if I went to a one place. It was just Chinese food to me, and it wasn't until later when I learned, there's
different.
there's regional
Yeah,
differences and stuff, and it's been a journey since then. Figuring out, oh wow, like northern is so much different than central and western and eastern. So, so when you grew up, were you eating Malaysian at home just because your mom was doing the cooking, or?
So we would eat Malaysian at home, but mostly her favorite dish is like the curry chicken and potato. That's like her signature dish using the Mama Lam's curry paste. And also curry meat. But my mom would do a lot more like simple like Chinese cooking, like stir fry, veggies, like and then soups, Chinese soups and stuff like that. Simple. She actually didn't cook when she was a kid or learn how to cook because like she's one of 10, so cooking was not her strong suit.
There's not that much room in the kitchen.
No, yeah, exactly. Like, you don't need to be there to learn. Someone else is cooking for you. And so she didn't really know too many like Malaysian dishes. So like it's like as she was living here, she was like homesick and like would call my grandma and get some recipes, like like certain things she'll do like that. So my dad was actually the one that knows how to cook more and like would tell her, show her how to make his style of cooking, which is a little more Hong Kong Canto style, and then like he also likes like more Americanized foods like pasta, like stews, like so like at home we got to eat a little bit of everything, like corned beef too, like
right for St. Patrick's Day or
exactly when it was like on sale in the supermarket. So yeah, my mom was like definitely like learned as like she was raising me and my sister and like how to cook, and like now like you always, I was like growing up, you're like, oh, dad was a better cook, and then as now I'm older now, I was like, nah, like I like my mom's cooking too. Like it's just like nostalgia. Like you're just like, this is what she makes.
And you don't know until you leave, right? Until you leave the house a little bit, you're like, oh, I missed that part.
Exactly. And then you go home and she's like, you hungry? I'm like, yeah. And then she just cooks whatever she wants. I'm like, okay.
Or like you go to someone else's, or like let's say you go somewhere and you have the curry potatoes or whatever, supposedly Malaysian curry potatoes, but tastes nothing like your mom's.
Nope.
Like, wait, what is this? This isn't curry potatoes.
No, not the same curry, not the same flavors. Well, that's the other thing is why the idea of like forming Mama Lam started because me and my mom and my sister were traveling, and we like in Vancouver, no, not Vancouver, Toronto or somewhere in Canada, we stumbled upon like a Southeast Asian stall that was serving curry, like curry laksa or curry mee, one of the dishes, and then we're just like eating it, so excited. It's like, it's so good. It was just like, it's not my mom's like curry, so that's why we're just like, maybe should we do this? Should we like sell Mama Lambs, like but yeah, so that's why it's like that's actually like the same thing. It's like you try somebody else's curry and you're like, it's not the same, and then you like go home and you're like, do I start a new business?
Maybe before we get into the business part of it, what were your plan? Like you went to college. What did you study in college, and what was the plan?
So I went to college for marketing. So got
kind of worked out then.
Yeah, a little worked out. And then before like starting the business, I was working in advertising. So one of the few people that ended up studying something that
kind of doing what you
to their job. And when I went to college, I think the goal was to like, get a job, steady income. Like that's what I think my parents always pushed. And I think most Asian parents, anybody that didn't like wasn't raised in a super comfortable household. My parents were both like entrepreneurs, small business owners. My dad has a silver shop. My mom was work from home. She was one of the first work from home people.
Okay.
Travel agents. So
okay.
she was able to stay home with us, but also actually had to also work. So for them, there's like go study, get a steady job, and then that's life. But then ended up working in advertising for about 5 years, and I was just like, feel like the corporate world didn't feel right.
Were you on Madison Avenue? Were you?
No, so I was in media buying and advertising. So it's like the more math data.
Okay.
There's the people that spend the money on buying TV ads. That's how Ken and I met.
Okay. So that was just a job. It wasn't like a passion. Like you were just doing it.
Yep.
All right. Then flash forward.
Yep.
So actually, maybe not forward yet. So your mom was always making her own curry paste? Like she couldn't find anything in the stores that she liked? Or?
Correct. Yes. She would go. I mean, there were a few brands that like if she didn't have her own curry paste at home, she'll like use in like a jiffy to make the dish. But she would always end up buying like the spices from like Malaysia, bringing it back in the suitcase, and then cooking the curry paste and the hot sauce at home. And the hot sauce, like I always remember her like, every so often she'll like have the whole peppers and then like take the seeds out. Like she doesn't want the seeds in her hot sauce. But like anyways, she'd be like,
just for appearance.
Yeah, just for her. I don't know. She has like some like thought process to that, but. Anyway, so I just remember like she'd always have like a basket of peppers, be like, okay, it's got to prepare for the hot sauce when she makes it. Because, when you're making it for your home and your family, like you don't need a lot of peppers, just whenever you need it. But yeah, she would always have that, and it'd just be sitting in the fridge because the curry paste and the hot sauce, like
they last for a while.
They last a while.
Now, I think when I go to an Asian market, typically I'll see like Thai curry paste. Is that kind of the norm? You don't see that many other regions represented? Correct.
A lot of times it is the Thai curry paste, like mae ploy and like which I think mae ploy is some more maestri as well. But the Malaysian curry if you see them, the curry paste, they're usually in pouches. So like, and you may not like identify it as Malaysian unless you start like looking like, product in Malaysia. But it's like, it has like the brand is called Tian's, which is like a very popular brand. That was one brand that she would grab if she needed it. But yeah, they're usually in like Asian supermarkets in an area where there's more Malaysians or Southeast Asians that are looking for it.
Yeah. Are there areas in like New York that are known more for Malaysian or?
I mean, Queens definitely has a community of Malaysians. But everybody's like a little bit spread out.
Okay. Yeah.
But then like, Flushing, like there would be like one store that's like very focused on like Malaysian like goods. And then in Elmhurst, you probably get a little bit more like Southeast Asians because there's a lot of Thai there. So then there's also like the Malaysian stuff and Indonesian stuff too. Yeah.
Funny, I feel like you never thought that there was really much of a Malaysian community in New York because there isn't exactly a neighborhood
central
really for it. Like there's one spot in Elmhurst that had like 3 Malaysian restaurants that felt like it was the
hub.
Like, but then 10 years in of having a Malaysian pantry brand, now the Malaysians come to her. So now it's like all these interactions you have. I'm like, I did not know there were this many Malaysians in New York City.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I think it's same out here. Like once in a while, I'll bump into someone and just kind of assume they're Chinese.
Yeah.
But then they're like, "Oh, I'm Burmese, or I'm Indonesian, or or Malaysian, or Singaporean." Like it just. I think the default is to think someone's Chinese.
Right.
But then,
especially in the Bay Area, right?
Especially in the Bay Area. So I couldn't tell you. Audience out there, if you know any Malaysian hotspots, like where there's a little concentration of Malaysians, like maybe are there temples or not so much? Because like churches are often a place where people gather, or you might notice the population.
Church was not a thing in Malaysia because Malaysia has multiple religions.
Yeah.
Most of the Chinese are Buddhist, Taoist. But then there's the Indians that practice like Hinduism, and then the Malays, Muslims. So it's like 3 different like religion sectors that like living in one country, which is interesting. So then like when you come, like Malaysian Chinese who come here, it's like Buddhist, like you can like mix into the Chinese group. So it's just like,
there's not like a natural focal point or somewhere where people gather on the weekends.
Yeah, I actually think that one of my aunts like had come to America to work for a bit, and a lot of them end up in the restaurant industry.
Yeah,
which I think naturally as well for other Asian immigrants. But yeah, I think if my mom did end up working in the food world, maybe she like have connected more.
Yeah,
because I think my aunt had connected with more Malaysians than my mom did.
Yeah,
but like again, my mom was a work from home like travel agent, so she didn't get to like build her own community because when she came to America, it was 1985. She married my dad in 87. So it's just like, a couple years she was with her sister. Oh.
And then
and
she's
the kids
having you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think Ken just said 10 years in the making, or 10 years in the business. So what started the spark between like, hey, we can't find good sauces to let's do this, let's make it?
So it's a little bit of the Canada trip that my sister and my mom did that we sparked the idea. And then
but your mom had been jarring it up for herself for years.
For home cooking. Like so she like cook up a small batch, cook it, jar it, put it in the fridge, and she knows it's good for the whole time. And then before we actually started jarring this stuff and selling it in jars, we actually we're just like, let's just do a food stand, like serving like Malaysian curry.
Oh, okay.
And so we signed up for like a food market in the city, like coming back from the Canada trip, got all the licensing, and then the idea was actually just to like make it like it was called Curry Station to be like gali zam like type of thing, like so it's supposed to be all curry type of dishes. So we started with the curry chicken, curry fish balls, like, and then we like kind of like experimented with different like curry roti tacos or like something like fun, and shrimp and like stuff like that. But then like that's when I was like, I don't think I'm cut out for like food service because that's a lot
on your feet.
Yeah, on your feet it's like okay, but then the prep work that goes into it, like that's why like always respect like all the restaurant workers here. Like there's so much work that goes into it before you get the meal. So then like we did like a season of that was in the summer. It was fun. I was just hanging out with my mom and my sister selling like
but you're like, I can't do this 365 days a year.
I think I was like prepping chicken, like I was a chicken prepper, and I was like I think I told Ken, I was like, I don't think I can eat chicken. I could not eat chicken for like a year because
wow, like, you're so sick of it.
Because like, and I think a lot of chefs say that too. Like they can't handle meat anymore when they're preparing, and I was only doing it for 2 months. I was like, can't do chicken.
It's weird. Yeah, it's this weird psychological thing.
And then from that market, we met a lot of other food startup entrepreneurs as well. And everyone kept calling my mom Mama Lam, which I never call her Mama Lam. I was like, obviously she's my mom. None of my other friends said that. So like, and then they're just like, you guys should like sell the jarred stuff. So I was like, maybe we pivot a little bit from like serving curry to selling in the jar. There's pros and cons to both sides.
Sure.
So from that went on.
A little less on your feet with the jars.
A little bit. Still on our feet if we're like doing in-person pop-ups, like, selling it, doing demos, like, when you're doing tastings at supermarkets, you're there for like 3 hours, like standing, just getting people to try it. Or like you're at an outdoor market, farmer's market, and you're so different but
at least
stress on
no
the body.
slicing chicken.
Yes. There's no chicken in there.
Okay, so after that summer, you're like, let's pivot to the pre-made sauces.
Yes.
And did you just start with the one curry?
Yep. Yeah. So I looked up the licenses like that was required to like do this type of business versus what the serving the food at a food market. We needed to get it like checked, figure out how to make it shelf stable. So like we sent it out, looked up like, food research labs, and Cornell came up. So Cornell, and it's like they have a program for small businesses where they can like do all these testings for you at a much lower cost than any other private companies out there. So we've been working with them since like day one. We like sent out our sample, filled out the paperwork, and like they did the testings. And we got really lucky because I know a lot of products out there, when they want to bring it to the market and make it shelf stable, they always have to change a lot of things. The curry paste, I think it's just the process. It just was so easy to process it and like make it a shelf stable product.
Probably going back food history wise, like, I was talking to someone about kimchi and how it wasn't like a designer food. It was a necessity to get it to last through the winter, so you don't starve to death.
Exactly.
So I bet the curry paste was the preservation.
Same thing. Yeah. And like, something that I think about is just like, okay, Malaysia is really hot. Like they have all these fresher ingredients and spices. Like, okay, how did they end up turning it into this paste? And like, though in Malaysia they actually would call it rempah, which is the paste form of all their sauces. Their sauces aren't like liquid. It's all these like very low water activity. Yeah. Like you're supposed to dilute it out with something, or use a little bit to, like, it's a concentrate always.
Yeah. And covered in oil too, right?
Yeah.
To keep it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like the other thing. Well, it's like they figured it out that if you cook in oil with this amount of salt, like the oil like acts as a preservative, same thing as the salt. Like our stuff doesn't have to add anything else to preserve it.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I think so too.
I think it's fascinating. Yeah, I went to UC Davis, which is kind of known for food science.
Okay.
I'm not a food scientist by any means, but I think it's a cool. Like maybe if I did study biology.
Yeah.
But maybe if I didn't want to be a teacher and do biology, maybe food science would have been really, because I think it's really, really cool.
It is.
And then like just the geography of it, and the culture.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
fascinating.
I always say with like Malaysian food, like, you got the Chinese, Indian, and the Malay influence. But like also where it's situated, all the trade routes went through it. So it's just like, even when you go to Malaysia now, KL is like a big city. But like you go to Malacca or Penang, you still see the influences of like the previous like colonizers out there.
Yeah. That came up in our March Madness thing. We were just talking about how a lot of these foods, banh mi or lumpia, like they're all from somewhere else, or Hainan chicken, right?
Chicken. Exactly.
And samosas, we kind of associate with India or Pakistan, but they have them in Africa. They all along this trade routes.
Exactly.
They have these foods.
The curry post in Malaysia and Singapore. And yeah. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Fried dough with something delicious inside.
Someone was talking about how in like England or Germany or Ireland, basically they just had boiled meat with salt for 800 years. They just boiled or roasted meat with salt. That's all they had. Maybe a couple herbs.
Yeah.
But then when the Silk Road opened up and they got curries and they got chilies,
flavors,
all that stuff, I can only imagine what that would have done to someone like Marco Polo for the first time, trying Malaysian curry or something. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Boiled meat with little salt. It doesn't sound great.
So terrible. So Malaysia, actually, is there a way to kind of summarize? Because I don't know Malaysian food that well, to be honest. So what would be the difference between something Malaysian versus Chinese or Thai or Vietnamese?
Well, Malaysian definitely has like Indian influences, so there's a lot of spices that are present in the food and the cooking compared to like the Thai, which Thai, I feel like, I'm not Thai obviously, but just my generalization is that they're more on the fresh ingredients. Like that's why their paste usually, we're comparing curry paste, their paste are usually a very raw blended form and you have to fry it up. Whereas our curry paste is a fully cooked product. We like cook the shallots and the garlic in that oil with the spices, and ours has coconut milk. Not everyone has coconut milk in it, but then that it's like, I think it's the spices that also like are made different. the China, and then there's the Chinese cooking. It's like they basically took all of like the best of three like cuisines, the natives, the Indian spices and flavors, and the Chinese all into one melting pot. Yeah, that's like the one thing I think Malaysians all agree on is the food.
and there's some heat, right? Like Malaysian food known for spiciness, yeah.
So there's so I'm laughing because like I always said that was like spicy, and then like he goes back to my husband Ken goes back to Malaysia, and he goes like, I thought everyone liked spicy here.
Oh.
And then part of my family like they don't eat as spicy, so it's like you know but we do have spicy foods, but we also have like non-spicy foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
But where would you rank your curry pastes and chili oils in terms of spiciness?
Spice level? We say our curry is a medium curry. And, it definitely has some kick. It's not like, I guess if American medium is like a mild to us. Or like super mild almost. I don't know. Is that the right way? Our hot sauce is spicy, so it's definitely on the hotter end. But it's not one where like a habanero burns your face off. Like it doesn't linger.
You can still taste it.
Yes. Yeah. It's a flavor.
Enjoy a meal with it.
Yeah.
And
you want to blow your taste buds away.
Yeah. If like when you think of like real authentic like Thai heat, I think that's going to be hotter than the Malaysian hot sauce. But
Thai spicy is spicier than Malaysian hot spice.
That's a good reference point.
I think that's the best way to put it. Like we do like spicy, but it's not the Thai.
Okay, so somewhere in between. Like Hong Kong is almost no spice.
It's so true.
And then Malaysian in the middle, and then maybe Thai.
Yeah, it's not further
way up there.
Yeah, Hong Kong is like more on the savory, like
seafood, fresh ingredients, yeah.
Soy sauce heavy.
Right.
But it's all the good stuff. Salt, fat.
Salt, everything you want. Everything you want.
Exactly.
All right, so you started with the curry paste, and that would be something that you stir into like a stew or a...
Yep. So the curry paste can be used to make a soup. So like if you think of tom yum paste, you put it into like a water. Same thing with that curry paste. If you add it to stock or water, add some coconut milk, then you have a soup base. For laksa, which is a noodle soup dish, so you can use it for laksa. My mom growing up would always call it curry mee, gali mee, and so we also refer to it as curry mee, but a lot of people know it also as laksa. And then curry laksa, yes, because there's a lot of different laksas out there. And then you can also do a quick dry curry, so it's a stir fry. So like put it in the pan with your chicken, saute it up, and you're done. Or you can make it more of a coconutty sauce just by adding the coconut milk. So the curry paste has a lot of like ways of using it. It's a nice base for what kind of dish and vibes you feel like going with that night or for lunch.
A lot of the most popular dishes, it's the base for. Curry laksa, curry chicken, roti canai, even for like a beef rendang, it would work as the base for it. You just have to add some other ingredients in there
to jazz it up a little bit.
Okay. Then what was your second product?
Then the second one was my mom's hot sauce. We market it as a hot sauce because 2016, like not many people really know what sambal was, and then like also translation wise, my mom calls it a hot sauce. Like a lot of things that like I took, like I grew up going back to Malaysia, but like obviously like she's the Malaysian, like so I always refer to her, and she would call this a hot sauce. So, but nowadays it's as like I get more immersed into the Malaysian culture and food, and like I'm like, this is a sambal by definition, a chili paste.
Okay.
So we called it hot sauce, Malaysian hot sauce, and it was very spicy for a lot of people with her original recipe, which was the bird's eye chili. So we kind of found like a replacement chili to go to market with the product, and it's the arbol, which is similar flavors, just so much lower.
A little lower than the Thai. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then I think I have a jar coming my way.
Yes.
Satay sauce.
Yes, the peanut satay, a long time in the making. That one launched about 2-3 years ago now. We were playing around the recipe like a lot, like like what do we want to add in there, like change this and that. Like we had a base my mom got, and then she was playing around with it, and then we kept tweaking it a smidge. With the curry and the hot sauce, it was something she was perfecting since like, 85 and then when we launched in 2016. So it was like perfect. We like knew exactly what we wanted. The peanut satay, she had the recipe, and it was probably 6 years before we launched it because like she was tweaking it to the way she wanted to remember satay sauces that she grew up with. So that's always her base is like, how do I replicate the flavors of this dish that I grew up with? And that's a long time ago. So like, she goes back to Malaysia, she gets all the curry meat, laksas, then she goes and tries the satays. Like, so it's like she like tries to like find that flavor profile. And I think she achieved it with the satay paste that you're gonna enjoy.
Yeah. And that one you use kind of like a marinade or?
Yes. So that one typically is for the satay skewer dish. So the skewer chicken, beef, the Malaysians actually really like their sauce. It's very like more of a. I think that Malaysians care more about the satay sauce versus the actual skewer because the skewer doesn't really.
Okay.
It's just a vessel for them to eat the sauce. So our paste, you mix it with coconut milk, so it's a little more of a sauce consistency.
Okay.
And then you can dip whatever you want in it. Yeah. But we also have used this to marinate chicken, so you can use it to marinate the chicken. Skewer it up for the grill. If you don't have time for the grill, put it in the oven. I've done that. You do tofu. Really good if you fry up some tofu cubes and then like make the sauce and like put it on there.
Yeah.
So it's more, definitely more of a marinade or turn it into a sauce for dipping. And one non-traditional dish, peanut noodles. Who doesn't like peanut noodles?
Yeah.
So you can use that for peanut noodles.
Love it. Yeah. Okay, so looking forward to that for sure.
I'll send you the recipes.
Okay, yeah. So how's it been going? So you came out here to the West Coast to get into some more West Coast markets, but you've been going 10 years in New York markets, like small independent stores or big stores too? Yeah,
exactly. We spent most of our time focusing on the New York market. Just introducing our brand to like the locals there just because we want to focus on like, oh, we're local, like, that makes the most sense. And we did farmers markets, we did arts and crafts markets like Renegade. We did holiday markets, which is where it's kind of like a slight turning point for us because the holiday markets are long form. So it's like 30, 60 days of like 7 days a week, like you're open, you have a little shop. So we did a lot of in-person that. So we have a base for our direct to consumer because from these markets, we always drive online since the products can be shipped nationwide. We got into wholesale, like to retailers. Like you said, mostly specialty retailers. So in New York, like Pearl River Mart and Chinatown and Chelsea Market, or Soho, sorry. They moved to Soho now. And then like Calustians, like, the specialty ones that the value, quality, and something different. So we excel in that because Malaysian food is still
a little niche.
It's still very niche. It still takes a lot of education for our product. But the thing is that the flavors are fully there. We still make everything. Like, so when people try it, that's when they know. They're like, whoa, this is like so good. Like, what do I do with it? Tell them how to use it. We have a whole bunch of recipes. But we, from our online sales, we started noticing like a little like bump in like sales coming from the Bay Area. A couple of years ago when Ken joined the company to help.
He's the analyst.
To analyze certain things. So we're just like, maybe the Bay Area makes like a sense to come out and pitch the stores. Because if we're seeing a little bump from like online, like I'm sure they would like to see it in the stores. So last summer was when we came out here. He came up with like a whole list of stores. We like went probably like 2 weeks straight, like to 10 stores a day type of thing. Wow. Like, Monday through Friday. Because weekends are, everyone's like doing their own thing. Buyers are busy with the stores or off. So 2 weeks, like pitched all this, like the specialty retail stores, like Berkeley Bowl, like Rainbow, like all of them. And the Bay Area, like it's it's like different coming from New York.
Uh-huh.
Like the supermarkets like are much nicer. It's like they value like
It's the experience.
yeah, it's experience.
Yeah.
It's also like the quality of food that's in there. Like so a lot of different things. And I was
Yeah.
just like, whoa, like
We like our ingredients out here. Yeah, we do.
you guys do. Actually I was in old Oakland, the farmer's market.
Yeah.
And there was like a lot of Asian greens there.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is amazing. At a
Yeah.
farmer's market.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved seeing the little the aunties and uncles just shopping.
Yeah, I think before we started recording, we were talking about how New York, especially if you live somewhere like Flushing, it's so easy just to go grab something.
Yes.
Versus we're more spread out here in the Bay Area. I mean, Chinatown is pretty dense, but other parts of the city, we don't get like there's not a store within 2 blocks of a lot of us, where we live. And so we cook a lot, we love our cooking and we love our ingredients. We really value good ingredients. And so we're always looking for sauces, always looking for the next thing.
Well, you really hit all the check boxes. Why, like, I think we've every demo has been like very successful, and like the reception response to our product has been so nice out here is because people do cook.
Yeah.
In New York, it's much easier to just walk out the door and just go and get something
downstairs.
Yeah, and like everything's open much later. So but not to say no New Yorkers cook. We do the outer boroughs and families and you do cook. You try to cook more. So that's why our demographic has always been like, the like late 20s to 30s when like somebody's like a young professional that doesn't have time to cook. Yeah.
Yeah, but we love trying new flavors too. Just speaking for myself, like if I see a restaurant of a certain culture that I don't know, I love to try it.
Yeah, like that's how I go about. I'm like, what is that? Like, give me something that you recommend. Like, I think one of the spots that Cambodian food is like pretty prevalent here, right? I was like,
there's a little bit. I feel like there's more Southeast Asian representation.
So
in
like
restaurants out here.
We haven't had much Cambodian in New York. Nam Hang we went to. That was really good.
Cool.
And then
I didn't know what any of those dishes were.
Burmese,
right?
On the menu, but like they're just delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should say you've been out here for like 2 weeks now.
Yes.
3 weeks already? Oh wow.
Crazy. Time flies.
Yeah, so you gotta get a West Coast apartment so you can go back and forth bi-coastal and to represent the sauces out here.
That would be the dream. We're working on it.
Actually, we can give you one of these cubbies here at Waverly. Store your stuff.
Just move into the recording.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to we can get it online, of course, shipped. But if you happen to be in Berkeley,
yep.
Go to Berkeley Bowl.
Berkeley Bowl, West.
Berkeley Bowl West.
The one on Hines Avenue.
And then I think can we announce the other one? It starts with
wait, hold on.
Not yet. Okay. They haven't signed the deal yet, but you visited some other stores out here.
Rainbow
Rainbow's
Grocery,
great.
Mainstay Market.
Mainstay,
Other Ave Co-op.
Other avenues in Outer Sunset.
Okay, yeah.
There's a co-op out there, really nice. And then but Piedmont Grocery, yep.
Yeah, these are all great.
Yeah.
So so we can get it fairly close to wherever you live.
Yes.
Yeah, it's about 25, 30 stores in the Bay Area carrying it right now.
Definitely can find us.
Yeah. Or order direct.
Yes,
that works
that too. We'll ship it.
Yeah. And fingers crossed, maybe on Waverly. We haven't even talked to Cynthia yet, but maybe downstairs.
Pressure's on.
People just go to the store and ask for it, and then Cynthia will have to cave in. She'll have to. But yeah, you're doing can we talk about the other thing you're shooting tomorrow?
Oh, yes.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
This actually won't come out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, cool.
But
there's a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's a Mother's Day thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's some
Mama's.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
But there's some other local producers out here that you're partnering with, which are really cool partnerships. And it was really cool at our little March Madness thing. We had like 5 different vendors, and you guys networked. You guys are all chatting with each other. I thought that was really fun.
I really like the community that's out here, especially amongst the food scene. Like everybody's always just like, yeah, let's chat, let's all meet up. Like they're all open to just like helping each other out, which I think is really great. I mean, and it's like you said, it's like not smaller, but it's just like everyone just knows each other, or just like we're willing to help.
I think it feels smaller to me. Having been in New York a couple times, I feel like West Coast, or especially San Francisco, we're only 7 by 7 miles, we're really pretty tight in here. And then, I feel like people know, like I just found out that you knew Adonis before you guys came out here.
Exactly.
And then Adonis was like, oh, here's Hannah, Chia, Miss Chinatown 2025. And then we all met on last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. It's just a small world of creators / entrepreneurs / people like me. I guess I'm media, or whatever.
You're media.
But I don't know. But that's how I met Cynthia on Waverly. We just kind of came in there and said, hey, I'm doing stories with Asian creators, and that's all. Like, she loves that,
and it just sparks the whole idea. And then
it just came out last year.
I connected with CY at Lion Dance Cafe. They're Singaporean. Their partner's Italian, so they had the Singaporean Italian restaurant in Oakland. Obviously, I was just like, Singaporean, like, oh, we gotta connect. And from there, like, we never actually got to meet them in person until just this trip. A couple weeks ago, before they moved to Singapore. They went back to Singapore, and we're just like, no.
They be in New York, and we be out here.
And then
here.
And now they're in Singapore.
Now they're in Singapore, but with local.
I was talking back and forth for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Probably.
And they were the ones that connected us with a few of their friends, like Calicraft, Thomas from Calicraft, the brewer there, to do like a collab last year, which is fun. We did a michelada at their brewery.
Yeah.
With our hot sauce sambal.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy. Like, how would you turn such a savory item into something like so refreshing to pair with a beer? Who knew?
Connect this with like Alimentari or another Italian sandwich shop, which doesn't feel like a exact fit.
But
they were happy to bring it on.
And then
like Oakland Tacos Oscar.
Got to
connect with them. Like,
so it's just like ended up at
so
just
like all these connections thanks to just reaching out to
CY and Shane. Exactly.
People, we meet one person and they're just open. I was here at the event with you for March Madness.
Same thing.
Like, meet this person. And you're like, here, meet this person. It's a restaurant. And we went to the Asian Art Museum yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Frisia.
Yeah. That was fun. We really liked the Asian Art Museum.
Cool. And then there's restaurants inside there too, and then they have a little gift shop too.
Yes, the gift shop was very cute. Like a lot of different like cute like food stuff, and then also the mahjong and
and they do local stuff too.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, so it's just a matter of time before you move out here.
Yes, exactly.
But in the meanwhile, people can get the sauces. What's new? You got more products in the brain working.
Yes. Well, actually, we did launch a product last fall in November. The pandan kaya. So it's our first sweet product. So aside from being a sweet item, it's also our first like egg-based like product. It's not oil. Like all our products that we have currently are oil-based. So it's like we know the process. Like it's easy. The kaya took a lot.
It's different.
Yeah. And if anybody knows anything about kaya, it is, like I said, egg-based. So, and the process of cooking it is very tedious. It takes time. It's not, you can't speed anything up. Not that we can speed up anything with our current stuff, but but the kaya was different. And it's been...
You have new respect of why there's not many kayas in the market. Especially the shelf-stable variety.
And it's a spread. It's like for toast or something.
Yep, exactly. So normally for typically breakfast items, so you spread it on white toast and then you put a sliver of butter in there. Eat it like that, or a lot of people also like the Malaysians like to do like a egg, like it's almost semi-raw, and you dip the kaya toast in that.
Okay.
Singaporeans and Malaysians do that for breakfast with their coffee.
Okay.
But, I typically just put on a cracker or like toast for myself.
I love kaya.
But that one's been kind of like a soft launch because it's been very...
Just figure out scaling.
Difficult, a whole different process with the sweets and different equipment. The scaling is extremely tricky.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have that. It's just kind of like,
You may
baby
not find it
steps.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you won't find that everywhere. It's kind of like we're keeping on our site only in-person events and stuff like that.
All right. So ever expanding,
Yes.
ever thinking. And your mom's involved on a daily basis?
She's involved. I call her in the sense of like R&D. She's the head
Okay,
of R&D.
she's the R&D, yeah.
In the beginning, early days, she did help me in the kitchen. Like every single batch, she was always with me. But as we grew the company, like production's always very like it's very hard on the body, and like
Sure,
I didn't like want to keep her like
Yeah.
being in the kitchen. So we were able to hire somebody that helps me in the kitchen and produce everything. But then she'll come in every so often and just like especially when we launched the satay, she was in there with us to just like make sure we're doing it correctly.
Make sure you're not ruining.
Yeah, it's true. It's her name on the label.
It is her name.
It's small batch, like you do it in the
small
commercial
batches.
kitchen. How many times a year you just do it?
When we're running full production, it ends up being like half of the year, about like 6 months of the year.
Yeah, usually about like 3 days a week.
Yeah,
for
3
about
days a
half the
week.
year.
Yeah.
Okay.
We prep everything, the shallots and garlic, the peanuts we roast ourselves for the peanut satay and then crush them. Tamarind is the bane of my existence sometimes. Because to like get the pulp out and the juice like without the seeds.
Without the fibers.
So like very pretty much small batch, like 40-gallon batches each time. Sometimes we do double batches depending on like
500 jars per batch.
Yeah.
Okay.
One per like two batches a day. It's usually like a 10-hour production day.
Oh wow, those long hours.
It is.
Yeah.
And then but the thing is we want to keep like the control in house, like with the quality. Finding a co-packer, a lot of people have always said like, oh, you're a food manufacturer, like grow your brand, find a co-packer instead of you making it, because it does take a lot of time to make everything and then also try to sell it. So co-packers, at least in the US, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the ones I've spoken to, they try to like cut corners on like how to make this product.
Sure, yeah.
So we didn't want to rely on them to do that. And also not to mention like our original items like the curry paste and hot sauce are like recipes my mom formulated. Like I didn't want to just give that away to a co-packer.
That's true. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You never know what they're gonna do with it. And there's pros and cons to the co-packer, but for us it didn't make sense.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
So that's why we keep a small batch and the products taste great.
Yeah. You have the control. Yeah.
She's burdened with the pride, the Malaysian.
Again, it's your mom's name on the label.
Yeah,
you don't want to just throw
exactly.
that
I'd say
out
it was
there.
the first Malaysian curry paste in the U.S. manufactured in the U.S. The first Malaysian satay paste manufactured in the U.S.
Yeah.
So she got that weight on her shoulders.
Yeah.
Introducing the Americans to those flavors, the authentic varieties.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone out there, go get some sauces. Go try it, or let me know. You can come over to my house. We can try some satay together. Well, guess what? You survived our difficult questions. I'm gonna make up some lightning round questions right here.
Okay.
Now these are not truly lightning round. I call it Yao, your Asian opinion. So you can go as long as you want. What was the best meal you've had in your 3 weeks being out here in San Francisco? It doesn't have to be Asian. You can give it whatever you want.
Oh man, that's a tough one. There are so many good meals.
You can name a few. You can name it.
I can name a few. Okay.
Sure.
The Cambodian spot, Nam Pang, is very good. We did dine at Four Kings.
You got it. You got it. Four Kings. I haven't even been to Four Kings yet.
Four Kings is
Did you wait in line or?
We got there like 15 minutes before opening. So waited in that wait list line, walk-in line, and then for 10 minutes, and then we had to wait another hour because it got
That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So got in, and
okay, that
was that was actually a reco from Tina and Mama Teeves.
Oh, okay.
She was just like, you gotta try that. So that was a very good meal. What else? I feel like Tacos Oscars was like we've been twice, last year one time and this year another time. They're in Oakland, but then they're also in SF.
Oh, I haven't been there. Okay.
Tireman,
Yeah, we both times we're just like, okay, we'll just order a few things to try. That's both times we ordered the whole menu and we loved everything.
And that's Mexican or that?
Yes, Mexican.
That's something in New York I don't think has a lot of.
We do, but different.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
You gotta find it.
Yeah, and you have to find it.
Yeah.
Like
It's not in
not
not in
everywhere.
the popular areas.
No.
You gotta go deep into Brooklyn. Or,
yeah, like
it's there. You just have to work harder.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in like Queens, in which is I like to say Queens is a borough of like all the different types of good cuisines.
It's really mixed. Yeah.
There's a whole area Corona, which is all Hispanics. Like so you get all the best like
Interesting.
Hispanic Mexican food there.
Which is not where people are typically.
Yeah, no one's
to.
Yeah.
traveling to Corona for that.
Okay. But yeah, here in California, I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You're out of the rapid questions.
No, that's no. You know what? That's why I changed it. I used to call it lightning round, and then we chat on one topic for like 10 minutes. But yeah.
Cut it short. You can cut it short.
This morning you were saying spicy cloud over here, or
Spicy cloud was very good too.
Oh, okay. I actually haven't been to that one either.
Fish.
I
don't know. The
fish
dish was.
Ah. Yeah, you guys are doing well. You guys have been eating well.
Taking a good eating trip.
All right. Let's see. What's your favorite? I think we might have talked about it already, but what's your favorite non-conventional use of one of Mama Lam's products? Like, not the obvious one. Like, is there something that you use it for that maybe no one else
Nobody
has ever
else
thought
is
of
using it for? I always say this to people, and people are always like surprised. But the hot sauce, I always put it on my salmon.
Oh.
And like bake it with like soy sauce.
Huh. It just gives it a little kick.
Yeah. That's like, I don't know if that's I like to put like a salmon
I don't think
fillet.
of putting hot sauce. I'll put chili flakes in salmon, but I don't do hot sauce. So that's kind of.
Yeah. So like it's a fillet of salmon, and then you smear our hot sauce on top, and then I put some soy sauce, sesame oil, and then just let it.
Actually, do you have a jar of your hot sauce?
I don't have the hot sauce, but I have the chili oil.
Oh, the chili oil. So the consistency of the hot sauce is more like a paste?
Correct, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's like you can like it's more like the same
like
as
the
that.
bottom level of that one. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's a good use. That's good. All right, let's see. Is there Well, okay, so this is our signature question where we ask people to choose their infatuation. Infatuation is any Asian in the community that it could be living or deceased. Someone you know, someone that you enjoy. It could be an entertainer. So, Cassandra Lam, who's your infatuation?
Oh man. This is a hard one. Oh, is it a hard one? Well, I feel like Michelle Yeoh's the first one that comes to mind, just because she's Malaysian.
Yeah, you're not the first to pick her either. She's been picked several times.
Yeah, and I feel like
she's so cool. So.
Exactly, and like I always associate her as a Bond girl.
Right? Yeah.
My dad was a big James Bond. Like we watch action movies a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I first saw her in like 1992 in Super Cop with Jackie Chan.
Oh.
And so yeah,
when the Hong Kong film scene.
Yeah,
was good.
so I thought she was just next level great. You know, because I'd never seen anyone like her before.
Right.
And now Americans know her as like a mom or a grandma kind of. She's older now, you know, and so, she's doing those roles. But yeah, go look up an old Michelle Yeoh, 1990, early 1990s,
exactly.
Doing an action
Bond
flick.
girl thing.
Yeah. Yeah, other famous Malaysians, Uncle Roger,
Ronnie Chang. Ronnie Chang's.
And a lot of the, Ronnie has kind of a Hong Kong background too, doesn't he?
Does he? Oh, I don't know.
He speaks Canto. I don't know if he just speaks it probably from some relative. One of his parents.
They all learn a little Canto, the Malaysians. Yeah.
When your mom went to school, so they learned English.
Yes. Well,
Malaysian.
Actually, it's changed since she was a kid.
Oh, really?
But like they taught him, and depends on where you are. You can go to a Malay school. Based on my cousins, is what they told me, that there's like schools that everybody learns English now, but I don't think she was required to learn that back then.
Even all your cousins learned it now.
Yeah, that's true. Some only did the Mandarin school, so they went predominantly only speaking Mandarin.
Chinese way.
Yes, and then some are Malay. So like it depends on the school that you end up going to.
But how many official languages are there? Like Malay, English?
I think Malay is the official language, but everyone speaks English too.
especially if you're closer to Singapore or the South.
No,
Yeah.
nowadays.
Huh.
Well, especially and you're in the city. If you're in KL.
Yeah, that's true. If you're in the big city,
Yep.
English everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
Like your mom learned Malay growing up.
Yeah, my mom knows Malay. Yeah,
But from
she
the, from
forgot
the
it
streets or
now.
from the, like,
I feel like she went to
relatives?
Malay school, honestly, because I feel like I gotta ask her again.
But she since forgot the language.
Yes.
She knows too many other languages. That one.
it gets,
And when you can't use it,
but when she's there, she probably comes back.
yeah, like little bits and pieces.
But
like,
if you put her on the spot, hey, speak some Malay,
she's like, no.
she will know.
Should call her in right now.
Oh, Mama Lam.
Phone in.
Yeah, we should put her on the spot. Say something in Malay. Oh, man. All right. Well, this has been fun. Thanks for coming all the way out to San Francisco just for this interview.
Of course. Thanks for having us on the interview.
No, it's
On the
great.
podcast.
So we are with Cassandra and Ken from Mama Lam's. I keep wanting to say more, like Mama Lam's Malaysian sauces.
Yes.
But that's what they are. But thank you for coming out,
Yep.
and thank you for your sauces and sharing your mom's recipes with us. And so I'll email you to get some uses for my satay paste.
Sounds good. Perfect.
All right, everyone out
Thank
there.
you, Curtis.
Thank you so much for listening. I do this thing where I do a sign off,
Okay.
and I say, hey, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and then I leave the third word up to you.
Oh, okay.
So think of a word. Give me a second. I'm going to do a
Okay.
little read. So happy, healthy, and then it's your.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right.
I'll
Sounds
point
good.
to you. All right, everyone out there, thank you so much for listening. Let's see what's coming up. We got some stuff coming up. Hey, if you want to know more about the podcast, I just launched the Infatuasian website, which is infatuasian.com. So go check that out. It's very infantile right now. It's just getting started, but you can go check that out. And maybe I'll start putting up future episodes so you can stay tuned for that. We got some cool ones coming up. I don't know the order in my head right now, but since it's spring break, I'm recording a bunch this week, so this will be good. So everyone out there, thank you so much for listening. I guess that's it for us. So on behalf of Cassandra and myself, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and
Full.
thanks so again for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.